Hey, what's up everybody in YouTube world? This is Casey the Rockstarflipper. That would be me right here. I am the Rockstar, and tonight is a beautiful Monday night here in Central Florida. How's everybody doing? Back with another video for you guys that we will get to right away, but before I do that, as promised, I'm gonna let you guys know about tomorrow, which was a surprise, but the cat is out of the bag. You guys know about it. Me and Nicole State will be live tomorrow right here on this channel. It will be Tuesday, November the 8th, 2016 at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. West Coast time, which is Nicole's time out in Oregon. So for everybody out on the Pacific Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, make sure you tune in at 6:30. Everybody over here in the East Coast, 9:30 p.m. I am going to create the live event. As soon as I am done this video and have it posted, I will create the live event that will be on my channel. All you'll need to do is come to my YouTube channel. It will be the first video. You'll see it there. Live event with Nicole State. All you need to do at 9:30/6:30 tomorrow is click on that and go to the live show, and you will be a part of the live show. Your chat window will be up in that corner, and you'll be with us. Also, if you're subscribed to my channel and do the little drop-down notifications, as soon as we go live, you will get a notification or email telling you you're live, and you can use that link as well to join us. We want to have a record number of viewers tomorrow. I'm looking for hundreds, 250, 300, 400 people to come check us out. With that being said, I'm going to return the favor to Nicole either the week after or 2 weeks, sometime, before the holidays, obviously still in fourth quarter, and I'll be over on her channel. But for tomorrow night, we will be right here on this channel. I will link Nicole's YouTube channel, so if you want to go check her channel out, or you never have after watching the live show, you can go check her channel out, see all of her videos. She's pushing 150, 200 videos of amazing content that you can go check out as well. I will also link her Instagram down below. I will put them both below in this video as well as tomorrow night's live stream. So if you guys want to go check her out in the meantime, or you want to catch up on some of her stuff, watch a few of her videos to get to know her a little better before the live stream, so you have questions to ask, you can do that. Or if you want to check it out after the live show tomorrow night, then you can do that as well. So we'll get all that together for you guys. I'm going to share it out on my Twitter and my Instagram. And of course, it's here on the YouTube channel, so as many people as we can get to join in on that chat. We're going to talk about Nicole's expertise in women's clothing. So those of you that sell women's clothing, women's shoes, women's accessories, she really knows what she's doing on that kind of stuff. Better than me. You guys know that I target men's clothes and electronics, so it's good to have another perspective. So we're going to go over all of those things. We're going to go over Nicole's branching out to Poshmark. We're going to go over just a wide array of things that you guys are going to want to have questions on. So hopefully we're going to cover as much as possible. I'm good with doing the show as long as she's okay with it. I know typically these live shows are between like an hour and an hour and a half, but we'll go as long as she's able to go, or as long as I can go. The only thing I can say for you guys is tomorrow is election night. And I know the polls here in Florida close at like 8 p.m. So around 9:30, there will be some results rolling in from across the country. A lot of people are going to be watching the election. But I got to be honest, come watch something awesome instead of the election. Watch our live show. What's better than the live show with me and Nicole? Who cares about the election? We'll get the results later, whatever. Anyways, that's tomorrow night. So be ready, be prepared. Come check us out. Please join us. We really appreciate it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to both channels so you're ready, you're prepared, and you get the notifications, and you can jump right in with us when we go live. With that being said, let's jump into my video tonight, which is something a lot of you had asked for, and I want to cover for you guys. And before I cover it, I'm going to start with a huge disclaimer. So let's jump to that disclaimer, and then we'll go on to the Okay, so tonight's video is a little bit about accounting, and I am in no way a licensed CPA, a licensed tax agent, an agent of the IRS, the government, none of the above. I do not have a degree in accounting. Nothing. I am simply a reseller with a lot of experience as far as bookkeeping and accounting goes. I've done all of my own bookkeeping and all of my accounting for the better part of 5 or 6 of the last 7 years. I only paid somebody 1 year, somebody that I knew, and I got a lot of advice and a lot of secrets and tips and tricks for. So a lot of people on this channel and across a lot of channels, I've seen it, and in Facebook groups and in Instagram posts and all over the internet, asking how to account for your inventory, your cost of goods. What did you pay for the items that you bought and have turned into a death pile? how do you account for all of that merchandise, Rockstar Flipper? Casey, what do you do? How do you do it? So there are 3 ways to account for your cost of goods, your inventory, and your cost of goods sold. So before I go into those 3 ways, there is one way that I use. There is one way that I understand and recommend for those of you that are a lot more precise than I am. I'm not saying lazy, I'm saying precise. I do it in a way that is simplified for me. There's a way to do it that is more work, but it's more exact. And then there's a way that I do not recommend. There's a way that a lot of people like, but I personally do not recommend it. I'm going to break down all 3 methods, and I'm going to explain to you why I like each method and why I don't like certain methods. And you are going to have to make the decision on your own what works best for you and what you like, what is easier, what works for your business, and what will make tax season the smoothest for your company. With that being said, there is no wrong way and no right way, and my way may not be the right way for you or the best way. So keep that in mind as we go over all 3 of these methods. And let's jump right into it, guys. Okay, so let's start with the one method that I don't like and I do not recommend of the 3 that I'm going to show you guys tonight for keeping track of your cost of goods inventory going forward. So method number 1, a lot of people like to refer to as cost averaging. And this is kind of complicated and requires a lot of work, and this is the reason that I don't recommend it and I'm not a big fan of it, and I will probably never use it in my life. Now again, what works for me may not work for you and vice versa. But let's go over the cost averaging. So, got my dry erase board here. I'm going to show you guys how cost averaging works. So, let's say that you go into the Goodwill bin store and you buy 100 items for $1 a piece, and you spend a total of $100. Easy enough. You go to another store and you buy 2 items for $10 a piece, and you spend $20. And you go to a final store and you buy 1 item for $20, and you spend another $20. So you bought a total of 103 items. You bought 100, you bought 2, and you bought 1. So you bought a total of 103 items, and you spent a total of $140, right? Okay, so what a cost averaging accounting person will do is they will then take their fancy calculator, which I'll just jump on my phone here, and we will take our 103 items divided by $140, and we will come out, or vice versa, that we'll come out with $1.36 per item. $1.36 per item. That is our cost per item of goods. Now, let's say that that is all you bought for the entire year. And now, the next day, you sold 2 items, and you sold them for $30 a piece for a total of $60. Those 2 items cost you a total of $2.72 because your items are $1.36 a piece. So they cost you $2.72. You sold them for $60, which gave you a profit of $57.28. $57.28 was your profit. $57.28 right over there. $57.28 was your profit. You're taxably liable for $57.28, less your deductions, payroll, all that good stuff. Now, with that being said, you have 101 items left over, which I'm going to box off for you guys. 101 items is your remaining inventory because you sold 2. So 101 items is what you have left, and they cost you $1.36 a piece. So we do 101 times $1.36, $137.36. So $137.36, which is our 101 items times our 137.36 cost per item leaves us 137.36 as a cost of goods remaining. If you ended your year there, the cost of your inventory the next year would be 137.36. Now, the reason I don't like this method, because every time you go outsourcing, you're going to come up with a new cost of goods purchased. Because every time you're outsourcing, you're going to spend a different amount of money, you're going to buy a different amount of items, and it's going to be an average different. There's going to be, you might spend $2 per item next time or $5 per item. It just depends on what you're buying. So every time that happens and you're out buying and selling, you have to update your average cost of goods and then remultiply. It's a ton of work. You can see how this could get super complicated. I hate this method. I hate it. I don't like it. I would never use it. I don't recommend it. Will it work for you? Maybe. Would I go with it? Absolutely not. I don't recommend cost averaging. Some people like it, and if you're only selling a couple items a day, it might be easy enough. But if you get into buying and selling hundreds of items a month, there's no way you're going to keep track of all the averages. So that's method number 1, cost averaging. Let's move on to method number 2. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second method, which I like the second method, but it's a lot of work. It is the most accurate method of accounting. However, it will take a huge amount of time. If you're selling in large quantities, you would have to have an employee almost dedicated to this. But let me show you guys what this method does and how it works. And this is called the line item exact inventory costing. So we'll go back to our previous methods, and we bought 100 items. Ooh, my marker is being very not cooperative right now. Let's make it work really quick. So we bought our same 100 items, and we paid $1 a piece for at the Goodwill bin, and we spent $100. Then we went to a yard sale and we bought 4 items that we spent $10 on for $40. And we met a guy off Craigslist for an item that we bought for $20, spending a grand total of $20. So there's our spending. Now, the way that exact line item inventorying works is exactly how it sounds. You will insert every one of these 100 items into a QuickBooks spreadsheet or an Excel spreadsheet or whatever you want to put it into, one item at a time, $1, $1, $1, $1, $1, and then 4 items, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 1 item at 20. Now, let's say that you sell 10 of the $100 items. You sell 10 of them at $5 a piece. And you sell all 4 of the $10 items at $20 a piece. And you sell the 1 item at $30 a piece. So there we go. We sold 10 of those items at $5 a piece. We sold 4 at 20, and we sold 1 at 30. Now, you would remove 10 of the items off of the 100, all 4 of the 20s, and 1 of the 30s. So you would only have 90 items left out of the 100. You'd have 90 at $1 a piece, which would leave you the only inventory left at a $90 cost of inventory. Right there, $90 cost of inventory left over. And that would be exactly the line item cost, sales, profit, and cost of inventory going forward. Every time you buy an item and every time you sell an item, it individually gets input and individually removed. I hope that's easy enough to understand for you guys. That's why it takes a lot of work, and that's why even though I like it and it's accurate, it's way too time consuming for me. So that's exact line item inventorying and cost of goods. Let's move on to the third method, which is the one that I use and that I personally think is the best because it takes less time. Okay, so this is our third method of accounting, and this is the one that I personally like the most and that I use because it's less work. And it is perfectly acceptable by the IRS. It's a good method. It's perfectly legal. And I think that most of you, at least in this business, will prefer this method as well. So let me grab my pen. Let me grab my trusty dry erase board again. And I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So we're going to go back to the same 100 items purchased from the Goodwill bin store for $1 an item, giving us a total cost of goods of, once again, $100. Then we're going to go to yard sale. We're going to buy 2 items for 10 bucks a piece, which gives us a cost of $20. And we're going to buy 4 items from a thrift store for 20 bucks a piece. We're going to spend $80 at the thrift store. We found some expensive items, okay? So, as you can see, we spent a total of $100, $20, and $80. We spent $200. It's our total cost of goods. It's our inventory. Now, let's say the next day we sell a bunch of this inventory. Let's say out of the 100 items, let's say we sell 50 of them. And we get $5 a piece for those items. So that means we did $250 in sales on our Goodwill Bins item. Let's say we sell one of the items that we paid 10 bucks a piece off Craigslist. Let's say we sold it for 20 bucks. So that's $20 more in sales. And let's say we sell all 4 of the thrift shop items for $30. That's $120 in sales. So we did $250, we did $20, and we did $120 in sales, which brings us to a grand total of $250, $270, $390 in sales. Okay? Right? $390 right there. And we spent $200 on all this. So let's go ahead and erase all this. Remember, we sold $390 and we spent $200. So let me show you how my way of accounting will work for this. Okay? So we sold $390. We spent $200, which gives us a profit of $190. Okay? $190 profit. Now, we still have 50 items left from the Goodwill Bin store. And we still have one of our items left from the Craigslist seller. So we have 51 items in stock. Right? 51 items right there in stock. Now, all of our cost was put into the items we sold. All of the $200, which I'm going to underline there, all $200 that we spent was put into our cost, which left us our $190 profit at the end of the year. And that's what we're taxably liable on. Now, when next year rolls around, all of the inventory, those 51 items right there that we had, have 0 cost. Why? Because we put all of the cost into this sales profit and loss. Now, why is this good and why is this bad? Well, this is good because the more cost we put into this year as opposed to the sales we did, that means it's a lesser profit. Now remember, we put 200 costs in there, but 50 of those items we had spent $50 on. So we could have reduced this cost down to $150 and put the $50 cost going forward into the inventory left over. But we didn't do that. We put it up here into 200 costs. So our profit was $190 rather than it would have been $240 if we'd put the 50 cost down here into the items we still had left. Hopefully that makes sense. Are you still with me? Now, because we have a lower profit this year, here 2016, we owe less taxes. Now the downside to this is these items going forward that are still in inventory at the end of the year, they have no cost. So when they sell in 2017, these 50 items right here, when they sell for $5 a piece for $250, there is a 0 cost. We made $250 profit rather than $200, because at $1 cost each, we would have been, if we sell them for $5 for $250 in sales and they had $1 cost on them, we'd have $50 cost. We'd make a $200 profit. But they have 0 cost because we put it into this year's cost. You can't cost it twice. You can't pay for it in 2016 and pay for it again in 2017. So these have 0 cost going forward. But we do this every year. We push the inventory. We just keep pushing it. So it'll catch up to you if you ever go out of business, but there's ways to handle that later as well. So basically, every single year when we end, whatever is left over has 0 cost. And I hope that makes sense. So all of your cost of goods goes into your cost this year. It offsets your sales to give you a profit, and all of your inventory going forward has 0 cost. That's how I do it. It's very easy. All I have to do is put a column with my purchase receipts, that gives me a total purchase, a column with all of my sales, that gives me total sales, subtract it, get a profit, and then do all my fees and deductions, and I'm golden. Very quick, very easy, and that's how I like to do my accounting and bookkeeping. Hopefully you guys understood that. It makes sense. And if you don't, please consult a CPA, get an accountant. You can leave me comments and questions down there. I will answer as many as possible. But if you don't understand this, you don't follow it, or you're behind, please get a professional that can help you. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. That is accounting, CPA, inventory cost of gooding 101. Again, I am not licensed. I am not an actual CPA. I'm not a tax agent. And I recommend highly that you hire one if you don't understand this. With that being said, remember tomorrow night, November the 8th, 2016, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 out on the West Coast. Me, Nicole State, the best thing you're going to watch all night. Screw the election. Watch our live show right here on YouTube on my channel. The live event will be posted as soon as I'm done with this video. It will also be on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook by the end of the night. Check us out. Make sure you hang out. We're going to do like an hour and a half show. We got a lot of good things to talk about, and I know you guys are going to love it. So come on over. You can watch the election and the results. You'll have all night, all week to watch it. Trust me. Make sure to tune into us, and then you can go figure out who is going to run this crazy country. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for liking this video, enjoying this video, enjoying my channel, and make sure to subscribe if you already haven't. Get the drop-down notifications so you know when we go live. And tomorrow night, all you have to do is come to this channel to see the live show. Thanks, everyone. Me and Nicole will see you tomorrow night. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.